What a win! What a brilliant win. I'm still so happy. I can't believe McTominay played the way he did. I can't believe we got so many players up. I can't believe that Ole decided to go with this sort of an attacking mindset. On paper, it looks really defensive, and structurally, it is, but it enables us to play so many men forward, especially with the back five that Leeds defend with. This system was extremely effective. So we look at our usual sort of lineup with McFred, Shaw, Bissaka, of course, same center backs. Fernandez, Rashford, Martial, and James. So James is an interesting call because he's not usually included in this sort of a squad. Especially, I think against Leeds, Ole wanted to choose him because he could play in behind, or at least that's what I thought. His pace could match that of Leeds, but in fact, you could see him dropping off sometimes into this midfield position and have McTominay running up. Or sometimes you have Fred go up, McTominay would shift, and James would cover. I was really surprised that James wasn't really that involved in the attack. From the start, Leeds had a clear plan. They wanted to get their men forward and they wanted to press this sort of a team. They wanted to press these players and they wanted to push them up. They wanted to nick the ball off of us and really get in behind and make us nervous. Unfortunately for them, this plan didn't work so well. We were able to effectively play out of the press, and when Leeds have the ball around here and the ball gets nicked off of them, Click is in behind here, and McTominay is able to run way out here unmarked as Fernandez can find him and he can score a goal. Of course, this sort of lead system means that anytime a single player makes a mistake, it exposes the whole team. And for that, Leeds cost a lot of goals because of this. Again, McTominay for the second goal, he makes a brilliant run across here and he gets the ball and manages to score. Overall, his play, his link up, everything that McTominay did, his clever runs, his tirelessness in the midfield really propelled us, especially in the first 10 minutes. Our inspiring 2-0 start helped us through to the finish. Then we got our third goal. Our movement here is just too much for Leeds. Rashford was really clever with a bunch of drops of shoulders. Martial was clever with his dribbling. Fernandez was really clever drawing Phillips out of space. And I'll show how that happened. Phillips was tasked with the job of just marking Fernandez. So on a throw-in around here, Phillips was here and Fernandez was here. Fernandez goes here and Phillips goes with him because he needs to mark him. Look at the space that this has just opened up. Any players can just take this, and if McTominay makes a run, they're through because Click has to mark this as well. So all in all, I'd say that Fernandez was pivotal, especially in this first half. He was drawing Phillips out of space. Like I said in my preview video, he had to do this, and they did this really effectively. Phillips was effective. He'd had a horrible game. He was moved out of position by Fernandez, and that really helped us get that 4-0 head start. After, of course, Leeds got a goal back, and then after in the second half, Leeds just played the same, but they made a couple subs, and Phillips was out for Stroik. Here you can see the game changed pretty massively. United weren't able to get on the ball too much, and Leeds were playing with a little bit more intensity and were a little bit smarter on the ball, and were actually keeping it. They were creating some goal chances, but overall it wasn't enough. United were able to get another goal, and then they add another to that tally at 6-1. just brilliant. Even James got a goal. Dan James got a goal. Fernandez got a goal. It was just, I don't know, man. Lindelof got a goal. It was just great to see all these players scoring these goals. Of course, we should have seen Martial score, but that is definitely unfortunate. Probably even Rashford score, but I mean, I'm really happy. I mean, it's brilliant how Ole decided to play here. So of course, he actually positioned his his fullbacks to play a little bit more in the back line. I expect them to get out wide a little bit more, but it was mainly only on this side. So Shaw was there, Maguire would tuck in. You'd have this structure again, but you wouldn't have them darting up too much. Even if they did dart up, like Shaw did sometimes, Fred would just drop into cover. So it wasn't quite attacking actually. We defended with six and we attacked with four, with McTominay often making these runs forward and sometimes even Shaw. So I just love to see it. I think Ole chose it perfectly. We had the quality, which I was worried about, to break through the press of Leeds. And after those pivotal early first two goals, Leeds didn't. They just didn't play the same. Of course, after the 70th minute, they got tired, and United brought on subs, and they were able to force Meslier into four saves in 3 minutes. United should have scored more, but arguably so could have Leeds. It was a wide open game, and I think we performed brilliantly. And I'm really happy to see where we'll go. Maybe 21 in 2021. I'm pushing it a little too far, but I'm just excited by the win. I hope this cheered up your day, United fans. I hope you remember how big of a win this is for us and how big of a role McTominay played, how he silenced his haters. Fernandez was really slept on in this game, in my opinion. Martial was brilliant, Rashford was brilliant, and James was heavily underrated. He did a lot of the defending work that no one really saw. Shaw was pretty good defensively, but we didn't see much of Leeds attacking. They had the ball in United's final third, but they never really pushed it too much. They never really got into the box and created too many chances from what they got. And of course, Leeds center halves were just brought a little bit too wide, especially with Phillips in here, expecting help. Of course, when Leeds play this man-to-man marking system, as I said earlier, one player makes a mistake and they're done for. And Leeds fullbacks were pretty much invisible the entire game. I mean, it was painful for Bielsa to watch, but it's amazing how Ole could outsmart a master tactician like Bielsa. I think Leeds have to sort this out. They can't be playing like this against teams like Man United, otherwise they will get slapped like this. It's surprising how they kept close games against Man City and Liverpool. So I want to see how they'll go from here. But overall, I want Man United to take this momentum and hit it in stride. We need to get this win streak going until our game against Liverpool on January 17th, which will be our biggest game of the season. I'm really nervous but excited because I think the future holds something great. So, thanks so much for watching.